Big collectible giveaways on this YouTube channel, big collectibles. And by the end of this video, we are going to discover what is going on with the Veve marketplace, comic books specifically. Comic books, what kind of movement have we seen in the last 4 weeks of data? And, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Let's get right into it. If you like free stuff, come and join the free Discord. Link in the description, and also subscribe to the channel. All right, let's see. And soon I'm going to announce what this month's raffle is going to be. Common Veve Comics. Right here, we're in bigcollectables.com, my website, where you can go back and reference this information when needed. We're not going to go line by line. I felt that it was just getting too much. So you can see here on J, that is the 4-week average. You can see here the biggest loser is Journey into Mystery 85, which is a loss of 32% in the last 4 weeks. It went from 67 to 45, but look, it's actually in the from last week to this week, it went from 50 to 45. So, you can look at the different numbers. Look at the biggest winner, Daredevil 1, where it's only lost 4%. It went from 94 to 90. So you can see where there's other books. You see that Daredevil barely moved, right? And you can see other books from last week. Like if we were just to do a 2-week comparison, and you can see like Marvel 1 went from 325 to 320. Fantastic Four 1 went from 120 to 123. There is like no movement. And you can see here, if I just, now in the last 4 weeks, obviously you can see the percent change. You lost anywhere, around, what's the average? 21%. You can see here the total average is you lost 21% in the last 4 weeks with the comic books. So, very interesting. Now you can go ahead and let's go ahead and take a look at the rares. But you can see, again, I want to reiterate, look at this, Luke Cage Hero for Hire, 17, barely any change from last week. Look, Captain America 117 went from 18 to 19, that actually went up. ASM 14, 28 to 25, the last 2 weeks of data. All right, let's take a look at the rares comic books, see what the rares look at. And look, it's very important to see. Look, last 4 weeks, absolutely, we've gotten hit, right? But if you go and you break it down to only the last 2 weeks, things have stalled from dipping as far as the commons. Now let's take a look here in the rares. New Mutants 98 is the biggest winner, up 3%. And the biggest loser is ASM 14, that is at a loss of 22%. Now, out of the 3 categories that I monitor, common, rare, secret rare, the rare was a loss of 12%, but that was the best situation out of the 3. So let's look at, again, the last 2 weeks of data. I'm going to try to block as much as Marvel 1, 800 to 800, no change. Yeah, the big boys, Fantastic Four issue 1, from 320 to 368. That actually went up. And you can go ahead and pause the video, go to my website, you can go ahead and take a look at that. ASM 1 is at 365 to 450. So you can see the rares in the last 2 weeks have actually gone up. 360 to 368. Not every single one, but you can see that Ultimate Fallout 4, 370 to 380. The big boys, Daredevil 1, 146 to 158. Very interesting to see that we're getting some movement up in the last 2 weeks when it comes to comics. We see that in the commons, we see that in the rares, and we're going to look at secret rares. Secret rares right here. You can see the biggest loser is ASM 1 at a loss of 50%, 49% to be exact. And then the biggest winner is Fantastic Four issue 5 at a loss of 3%. This right here, the secret rares, you can see here where the total says 22%. So this was the worst out of the different categories I check. Now we're going to look at tier 2, my group of my second favorite comics now, but before we do that real quick, let's look at the last 2 weeks of data, and you can see Marvel 1 lost in the last 2 weeks. So it looks like there's some that have gone up. You can see here, Fantastic Four 12, Daredevil 1. So you can see some are going up. The secret rares have gotten, but these are bigger numbers, you know? So let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. The next category, which is my second favorite common group. So this is my tier 2 of comics, but these are just comments. So let's just finish it up by taking a look at this, see what is going on here. The biggest winner is ASM 50, up a profit of 13% in the last 4 weeks. Been seeing a lot of speculation on oh man, I almost said big pun. Oh my goodness. Kingpin. So the biggest loser is ASM 361 at a loss of 28%. You can see here, let's look at the last 2 weeks of data. No change, no change, no change, no change. An increase in ASM 50, as we mentioned, an increase. So you see the tier 2 commons have seen some love. A few of them have, I mean, it's like no change really. But I want to point that out. A lot of these comics, a lot of them, you can go back and look. Pause the video, go back and look. Yes, 4 weeks of data show that they've dipped. But the last 2 weeks of data show that they're either staying the same or increasing. Secret rares, yeah, they've gotten a hit in the last 2 weeks. But let's look at commons, rares, and the tier 2. Very interesting to see. Have we hit bottom? Look, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know the future. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just providing data. And the data shows that in the last couple of weeks, things have kind of leveled off. And there's something preventing the comics from lowering further. I was taking a look at it. I was looking at this. So it's interesting to see. Have we hit the bottom? Have we hit the bottom? Because if that is hit that buy button, hit that buy button. You know what we need to do. All right? But look, this is up to you. This is you. Only you know your situation, your financial situation, what you can and cannot do. All right, everybody. Good luck in all your collectible decisions. Let them all be profitable.